trying to figure out what to do with my fucking bangs. They're so fucking long. Yet not long enough to like blend in with the rest of my hair. So I'm like, okay, well if I like rat them out a little bit and then I can make like a pump. But then it doesn't always want to go that way. Like it wants like some of it wants to be up and some of it wants to be down. Man, there's a lot of stupid people online. You see so many troll accounts. They have like no post activity, no videos, yet they do drive-bys on people's videos. And I'm not saying there should be some kind of law or anything. Just saying they're assholes. So annoying. Because then they have it's like you can say something that is completely rational and it makes complete and perfect sense, especially to like say a reader who's reading these comments. You're like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. But these trolls are either paid NSA freaking employees that just want to disturb certain groups of people, get them to fight with each other, or it's my favorite stalker, because I have one of those, because pretty much from what I'm gathering, a lot of people have fucking stalkers, some people who take shit way too personal and then they make it their life's mission to like have something to say to everything you do online. They gotta follow you around, control the shit out of you, just cause. Like one of mine, I'm not gonna say his name, but he's a fucking child. He wasn't happy about me being with who I'm with, therefore he's gotta like thumbs down everything I post. Everything. It's like he has some kind of notification that tells him right away, like, Pippi Glockencake uploaded a video. Oh, gotta go hate it. It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. But, you know, that's kind of comes with the territory. You're gonna have people with mental illness doing stupid shit. I wonder how it would be if I like took this part down and just had the bangs up. So what I also find very humorous is I get people pissed off over things that I commented on like 6 months ago. And people are so pissed off still over stuff. And it's not like I'm trolling. It's not even towards anything. It's just I'm making a rational comment about something, and then it's like, oh my god, the internet explodes. How dare you have an opinion different than the rest? Because I fucking said that I wouldn't, for example, so because I said I'll buy Maybelline when they stop testing on animals to some beauty gurus, like, she had a sponsored video for Maybelline and Maybelline tests on animals. Any cosmetic company that sells in China tests on animals. That's a fact. And this person, she's a vegetarian, and she has her own vegan line of makeup or something, which I had never heard of until her freaking snotty comment back to me. So yeah, it's just I won't buy Maybelline until they stop testing on animals. I'm sorry, but vivisection is disgusting. It leads to no real science. It doesn't. It's completely unnecessary. You can make a product safe without having to abuse, burn, maim, skin, blind. The list goes on and on to innocent dogs, cats, rats, mice, monkeys, just whatever, fucking sadist. Because I make that comment, of course, there are the people who have common sense and empathy for sentient beings that, thumbs it up. And then there's just people that irrationally just like the girl, so they're going to come to her defense. They will defend cruelty just because they want to get a thumbs up from that particular beauty guru. It's all about wanting to be liked and validated online. It's so ridiculous. It's so stupid. And I still get comments on that particular thread, and that was just a while back now. And then I also made a thread on a Tim Chief video a long ass time ago also, because he was talking about the Royal Marines and how they're so badass, and I get how somebody like him who's very physical, who likes the challenge of the physical, being able to complete these like really hard physical challenges. I get that, but when you start defending what they do as a job, as freaking basically sucking up people's money stolen at gunpoint, taxes for their that's what they get paid. They're basically welfare whores, and they go overseas to kill, and they kill innocents too. So, and the people who are the enemy are basically just people trying to protect their own land. Like, get the fuck out. So anyway, it's a vicious cycle. I don't support governments. I don't support war. I don't support starting shit places you don't have no business being in. So, because I said something very nice, I'm not an asshole, I'm very nice about it. I mean, I'm not making a comment to be an asshole. I'm making a comment to make a point. And I still get hate comments. And, I mean, I wasn't the only one making really good points on that thread. And I see that that person who happens to be my boyfriend, the Adjusted American, he's still going back and forth with somebody who's just so indoctrinated into statism, just so proud of his service. It's just like, oh, but they like begged us to stay. They begged us. It's like, statism. It starts with, it starts with freaking worshiping a piece of cloth, being told that where you are is superior to where other places, other people, they dehumanize people, and so you begin to think that you're superior to other people, like Urowski, i.e. the Israel-Palestinian thing. That's another fucking clusterfuck within the vegan community. Oh my gosh. That one deserves its own video. But Unnatural Vegan, she covers Urowski's rants, and I think she did a pretty good job. I have to agree with her. But I had my own personal experience with that dude. Like, first of all, he's like part of what led me to veganism. So, keep that in mind. But lately, he's been getting more and more just freaking, I don't know, the ego's taking over. Just because you saved, you know, thousands upon thousands upon hundreds of thousands of animals by getting people to go vegan doesn't mean you are now God and everything you say is correct and right and virtuous and righteous. And if you criticize him, it's like you're criticizing freaking some kind of super immortal superhero or something. And you know, now I'm like a leopard, and a lot of the community, it's like, oh, Pippi, she questioned this like awesome superior human being because he happens to hate everybody who disagrees with him. Like, you cannot have any form of criticism to this guy, or else you are anti-Semitic, because I feel bad for the poor people in Gaza getting bombed. And I don't think that it's fair that Europeans come over and kick people out of their own land and decide, oh, that's my land, and I will now freaking racial cleanse you. Come on. Not cool. So because of that, oh, I took my eye off the ball. I'm no longer for animals because I happen to care about people, which are also animals. So just to have any kind of criticism towards that, I am a speciesist and anti-Semite, and I am spreading lies, even though I have all the screenshots that prove that I'm not spreading lies. I'm only questioning what the fuck. But you're not allowed to do that. You're supposed to just like people because they are awesome. And don't ever question it. And if you do, you're a hater. And you're not a real vegan. Oh, I got called a carnist. And I was told because I like guns that I must have some kind of hunting ranch for people to go hunt. I mean, the list goes on from people who are just fucking bonkers, man. All because I question how some people act, like their hypocrisies and stuff that they say, and then they say the opposite in the next sentence. And because I just went, oh, okay, wait, you said something different. It's like, oh, fuck you, shut the fuck up, you freaking speciesist, freaking anti-Jew, this and that. It's like, a little bit nuts. just a little bit nuts. Anyways, I don't even know what the purpose of this video is other than to say, hey, it's been a while. And these are the things that go on in my mind, like, randomly throughout the day, depending on my experience online in that moment. But it's just like an ongoing thing. And I don't know, my boyfriend like unsubbed a bunch of people in the vegan community because little by little these people are coming out with videos in support of Urowski's freaking crazy. Oh, you know, free speech and stuff. Okay, well, yeah. So the consequences of saying something really stupid is somebody's going to question that stupidity. So it is what it is. I see a lot of big channels getting Godhead-like personalities, and they're becoming gods in their own rights. I mean, they just think now that they could just, everything they say is right, and they've got their minions, which are just idiots. In any community, the gun community, in the freaking vegan community, any scene, there's gonna be followers and leaders. People should just really look at things rationally in an individual basis. Like, quit freaking just going with the herd. Quit going with the herd, because just because a bunch of people say it's correct, it's right, doesn't mean it's right until you do your own research. So, anyways, just think about your shit before you post it, please. I mean, maybe I should think about this and not even post it. I don't know, whatever. Like when you wink. Where are we at? We're day 3 now. It's the 3rd day. It's coming along. It hasn't gone to that really ugly stage where it's sloughing off like layers of skin and ink. But I say within the next couple of days we're going to be at that point. And the Adjusted is going to do a video on a little bit of our experience. It was an all-day event. This thing was an all-day, but it was really creating it. My artist, his name is James Spooner, and the tattoo shop is called Monocle Vegan Tattoo, and it's in LA. Both the artists at the time, they both don't use stencils, they freehand, so they have a whole lot of experience, and it was pretty awesome. I sent him reference photos of things that I like and kind of like the idea of what I want, but I like to let the artists kind of do their thing. And we sat there, we had a conversation about veganism. He's been a vegan for over 20 years. So he's like been there, done that, seen it all. He didn't even know who Gary Yourofsky was, which I thought was awesome because I'm like, here's a freaking lifetime vegan. It's not a lifetime, but 20 plus years is a really long time to be a vegan. And he said he was influenced by punk rock music in the 80s. That's pretty cool. He's an old punk rocker. I'm an old punk rocker. We bonded right away. He's just giving me the skinny on everything vegan in LA. And as we're having these conversations, he's just doodling with marker and ink pen, and then he's like, oh, what do you think? And I look, and I was like, well, yeah, you got the idea down pretty good. And so once he started, it was just a little over 3 hours to complete. And the last thing he said to me was, no, you're going to want to do the upper. I'm like, yeah, maybe. But I have some ideas. I'm not going to jump right to it real soon because, when you're healing, it's like, it feels like road rash, and the last thing you want to do is get more needlework. So, anyhow, I love it. I know it's a lot for a little person like me, of little stature, to get so much ink, but I don't think I'm done. No. And you're never too old to get tattoos. So, anyways. Alright, well, here's my checking in video, and I'll take this down because it's all sloppy anyway, but alright, well, take care, guys.